I'm trying to be aesthetic like all the other girlies, but for me, my fun drink is just pear water, which just looks like water. But cheers anyways. Hello beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. So as you might know, I started my own Etsy shop where I sell press-on nails. I opened it mid-October of 2025, so it's been a few months, and I've actually gotten a very sweet comment asking me about my nail cards, and I thought I would make a separate video just based around that, so it's not too general. But if you do want to see a more general video of everything that I got for starting my press-on nail business, let me know in the comments. But yeah, this is for the girlies who want to know everything about the cards specifically. So to start off, I just wanted to show you what I am personally working with. These are my cards. This one I use specifically to put the press-on nails on, and this is a general guide of how to apply and remove the press-on nails. Alongside that, this is very optional, but I also have a little thank you card, and since I am also adding a little gift, which is a aftercare nail brush, I have a little card for that as well. Now, what I love so much about this is that there's unlimited freedom for creativity, of course, and I had so much fun creating these nail cards, and who's to say that they're the absolute final and only version of them that I'll be using forever. But right now I've come to a stage finally where I feel very content, so who knows, maybe I can also help you. So let's start off with the idea. You can get so much inspiration on Pinterest if you just search up press-on nail card inspiration. That's something I also did initially. I did realize that my niche is more cow print and yellow accents. That's not something people do very often. I've never seen that. The main colors are usually pink, purple, I've seen blue as well. I think picking your niche and picking your colors is very important for your cards, also your branding in general. So yeah, that's how I started off essentially as well. I just noted down some ideas for the colors that I would want, for the patterns, and if you want, you can also maybe sketch out the idea first to see how you feel about it. It's not something I did. I just went straight to Canva, which brings me to my second point, is of course bringing your idea into one place where you can actually start designing the cards. I personally used Canva Pro for this. You do not need to get the Pro version, but I use it for absolutely everything, for my thumbnails, for my uni work sometimes, business, etc, etc. So what you're seeing right now on the screen are my very first attempts at nail cards, and you can tell they're very hard to look at. The colors, the contrast is horrendous. There's too much going on. I can barely read the text because the background is way too non-transparent, and I'm looking at it and and when I created this was the very first draft. I'm very glad that I saved it, because looking at it, I just want to delete it. Even if at first you're like, I don't know what I'm doing, it's overwhelming, putting it all into one place is what's gonna make you build up from that. I think I made this one day. I was like, yep, that's pretty good. I think I left it for a few days. I came back, I was like, I need to redo this completely, and I don't have the in-between steps between this and the next version, so I'm just gonna show you that. So this was my next version. Okay, it's a bit better, we can already tell. It has nice borders. I think the borders do a lot here. It's much more readable. I like it a lot better. Okay, this is not as horrible. For a second, I think I kept this for a week after. I was pretty happy with it. I even printed it out, and I was like, yeah, that's a pretty nice design. However, maybe you can tell already, I could not, because I'm not a but the sticker, which I intended to sort of stand out, is standing out way too much. The black background, it doesn't even match with my actual logo. This is it. This is my logo. It has the cow print, it has the freesias. Very cute. So this was not giving, it was not it. Once I had printed the previous version that I just showed you, I put it into my case, which I've intended to store my press-on nails in, I realized that it does not look good. So this is the one last remaining version of that card, and as you can see, the borders are even non-existent here. I forgot why I cut them off. I was just experimenting. So this is the previous version, and as you can see, it doesn't look pleasing to the eye, but that's okay because this gave me a lot of opportunity to measure, remeasure, see if my nails would fit on here, if I decrease the size, etc., etc. So I think printing a version was very useful for me. And now I've come to this beautiful card, which I am very happy about. And these are the two options, and you tell me which one you like best. I think this one for sure is a winner. I like that you can still see the little freesia, the little cow print, but it doesn't take away from the set that would go on here. So that was essentially how I did it step by step, and then I took the base of that one to create these next cards. As you can see, there's also the aura in the background. It's the same font. I'm using the same little flower, making sure that everything is readable. That's also something that you can only tell once you print. And then these two cuties also came later. Still the cow print, still the aura. And the same for my stickers. I also had to print some out at first to see if they would look good, if the size would be good, if you can read all the letters. And I just want to mention two things: the sizes and how and where I ordered. I do realize that the sizing is very important for your cards. That's something I also had to go through and just figure out by myself because there's not too much information on it online. Personally, for me, it was very important that it fits in this case, and I do realize it might vary person to person, case to case. For these little guys, I kind of eyeballed it myself because it wasn't as important. I just needed to know if I can read the text, and you can, which is great. And these bad boys are 4 centimeters in diameter. Now, what is so crucial, so important, as I mentioned before, is the testing of the printing. Don't do a stupid thing like me. Don't order automatically 20 copies of the same nail cards just because you're like, oh, it looks good in Canva, so let me just print it. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Save your money, please. Go to your local printing place. I live in Germany, so I just used the DM platform, and a single print is like 9 cents. Just look around whatever you have and opt for the cheaper option because you don't want to invest too much money in a design that you potentially will remake in a few days like I did. I did the same for these stickers. I also ordered them off of DM. Later on, once I verified that I do like them, I ordered them off of Amazon for much cheaper and much more. I think there's 80 pieces and I just paid €5. So I am pretty sure I covered all the basics. Let me know if there's something that I missed. I would gladly answer all of your questions. It is also possible for me to share my template in case you need that. Just let me know and I will make it available. I really hope this was at least a little bit helpful because I know I would have liked to know these things before I started my own process of this whole card thing. It was definitely a journey of figuring things out. It took me about 2 months in total, I think, for me to also wait for the prints and then redo the design and sit on it for a little while. That's also because I wasn't fully paying my full attention to this. I also had to, focus on my studies, so it might take faster for you, but I do suggest sitting on it for at least a little while, having a fresh view on things. It's just like for authors that they wait a certain amount of time to reread their first draft before they can look at things with a fresh eye, with a fresh mind. So I suggest doing that. And as always, if you're interested, all my links will be down below. I would be more than happy to see you again on this platform, any other platform. Alongside nail content, I also make university videos and just random stuff, whatever I decide to do. I have a video on my dog, which I absolutely love. But anyway, besides the point, thank you for staying this long. I wish you luck on your journey if you're also starting your own press-on nail Etsy or business. And I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!